Call 6 investigates. The next time you go car shopping, buyer beware. That used car lot could actually be an illegal operation.
Yeah, it's difficult to crack down on these pop-up businesses because from the road, they really look like the real deal. Rafael Sanchez joins us live as Call 6 Investigates digs into the lot that shut down after we started asking some questions. Rafael.
Todd and Erica, good evening. We learned about these used cars after getting a tip about something happening on the corner, and someone asked us to check it out, and we did. And when we did that, the seller was telling us that most of the vehicles on the lot, that they were in good condition. Now, of course, our cameras were rolling, our hidden cameras were on the job. But you know what happened, Todd and Erica? When we went from just being the regular old customer, stories changed when that person found out that we were Call 6 Investigates. By all signs, there was no reason to doubt. This was a used car lot.
I was driving by and I swung around. I saw the car for sale.
The price caught your attention?
Yep.
You were hoping to get a deal?
Yes.
For several weeks, Call 6 Investigates watched several people selling cars here at 38th and High School Road. We found lots of vehicles, all makes and models. Jesus Lavalle showed us around.
It's nice. It's nice. It's low mileage.
There wasn't always someone on the lot. We had to call one of the many phone numbers on display to get information.
Engine? Can we see the engine?
Oh, yeah.
On this day, the prices ranged from $900 to just $4,000.
It's like new.
It's like new?
Yeah, like new.
But when we turned the tables on him, do you have a license to sell cars? Do you have a license? Is this a car dealership?
Oh, no.
Jesus claimed he was getting a license. We questioned the conditions of the vehicles for sale. Engine problems, transmission problems, brake problems? A little bit? Yeah. In cooperation with Carfax.com, we checked all the vehicle identification numbers. Carfax verified several safety concerns. The Grand Prix and Ford Explorer are in need of critical recalled replacement parts.
Yeah, the Honda?
Yeah, can I see that one?
And remember that like-new Honda Accord?
Oh, it's new. It's like new.
It was previously totaled in an accident. It was issued a salvage title, making it undrivable. It was later repaired and made roadworthy with a rebuilt title. This kind of operation is known as curbstoning. That's when people sell vehicles along the curb of any open space.
Curbstoners will sometimes buy cars for cheap that may have been wrecked or otherwise damaged, clean them up a little bit, and then a consumer buys it for more than the car's really worth.
The state's Auto Dealer Services says these businesses try to stay under the radar by selling less than 12 vehicles a year. 12 or more sales requires a license. Jesus told us he's only sold one minivan this year. He added that he and his partner are seeking a dealer's license. Call 6 checked and found no records of any applications with their names being processed. Is this a good business?
No más. Quiero and quit.
He didn't think so. So here are the things you have to keep in mind when you're dealing with curbstoners. There are a couple of things you may want to keep in mind. The number one thing, check this out. You may not get your title, which means after you've paid possibly in cash, that car may not belong to you. The other big issue is one of accountability. Who will you go to when that car breaks down? Most of these curbstoners are nomadic. And one more thing to consider, if you'll join me right to the backseat of this vehicle, of course, is the audit. Unlike licensed dealers, these nomadic operations, these curbstoners, they cannot be audited by state regulators, which means if you file a complaint, there is no way for state regulators to come back to that operation and hold someone accountable to possibly fix your car or even maybe give you your money back. Todd and Erica?
So, Ralph, what is the status of that lot, and what about the owner you were talking to?
Well, the state is now looking into that operation, and of course the lot for now has shut down, but possibly could now be operating, as you will tell viewers here in a second. They could be operating either on social media, either Facebook or Craigslist. Todd?
Rafael Sanchez, thank you very much, sir.
This investigation started with a consumer calling our Call 6 tip line saying he bought a car and later learned it had been totaled, which typically means the insurance company deemed it not financially worth it to fix. Tonight we're telling you what you need to do before you buy a car. Stefan Macon bought this 2010 Dodge Charger from Circle City Auto Exchange. He says within 2 months, he noticed his tires repeatedly going bald.
It's just been an ongoing battle with replacing the tires. So I took it to Northwest Frame and Body, and it took him just 30 minutes to determine that the car, before I purchased the car, had sustained an accident.
We checked with Carfax and found the car was totaled just 3 months before he bought it. The frame shop told us Stefan's car has significant frame damage, which is causing his tire troubles.
I was very surprised.
Darnell Prim says something similar happened to him. He bought a 2008 Chevy Malibu from Circle City.
Took it home, day number 2, started driving it, steering wheel started shaking real bad.
It wasn't until Darnell eventually tried to trade in the car that he learned it was totaled just months before he bought it. Darnell says the dealership told him about a missing airbag, but did not disclose the car's full crash history.
Nothing in the fine print, nothing in the contract.
Both Darnell and Stefan acknowledge they bought their cars as is, which means the consumers legally accepted responsibility for repairs. Dealerships don't have to disclose prior wrecks if the car has a clear title, according to the state.
If an insurance company deems a vehicle a total loss, it receives a salvage title from us.
In Indiana?
In Indiana.
But in Michigan, a car deemed a total loss can get a clear title. It's perfectly legal in that state. Stefan and Darnell's cars both came from Michigan with clear titles, despite being totaled by the insurance companies. We checked crash histories on Circle City's cars and found one we knew had been wrecked before. We took our hidden camera to their Washington Street lot to ask about it.
I'm just curious, like, if it's been in an accident.
Which one?
The 2011 Charger.
A worker gets on the phone.
When he ran auto check, it didn't show that it had been an accident.
We asked AutoCheck to run the VIN number, and they came back with 2 crashes, one in 2012, one in 2013, both involving moderate to severe damage. The Attorney General's office says if a dealer misrepresents a product to you, that could violate the Indiana Deceptive Consumer Sales Act. So we went back to the lot to get an explanation.
I'm a manager, but can we ask you about some video that we got?
We showed him the video.
It didn't show that it had been an accident.
But the manager had no explanation.
Yeah, the record showed it had been in 2 moderate to severe damage. We're just trying to get your response. What's your name, sir?
It doesn't matter.
Minutes later, he pointed his cell phone at us while we got video off the property. The Indiana Secretary of State's office suspended Circle City's Madison Avenue location in February for issues including failing to properly deliver titles and failing to provide records. They're still on probation. As for Stefan and Darnell, Circle City's attorney released a statement saying both customers had a full and complete opportunity to have the vehicle inspected before purchasing it, and the transactions were fair, conducted at arm's length, and fall within the purview of Indiana law. Stefan and Darnell say they didn't deserve what they got. Darnell says he let the bank take the car back. Stefan is still driving his, only because he doesn't have the money to fix it.
So I believe that there should be laws in place to protect consumers who purchase vehicles with this kind of damage.
Circle City's attorney says the worker we asked about the crash history misunderstood our question. The Attorney General's office has received 43 complaints about Circle City in the last 2 years, mostly about salvage disclosures or defective products. The agency closed Stefan and Darnell's complaints, finding Circle City did not violate any laws. So how do you protect yourself if you're buying a used car? Take the car for a test drive. Ask the dealership to see the title. Once you work out a deal, do not rely on verbal promises. Get it in writing and read everything before you sign it. Get the VIN number and check the car's history before you buy it. But know that will only show reported crashes. Also, tell the dealer you want to take the car to a mechanic or a frame expert before you purchase the car. And we have more tips for you on our website, theindychannel.com.